the Labour Party's position on Brexit and a second vote or a Remain vote? What exactly? There seems confusion even today.
Well, there's a lot of water to go under the bridge, a lot of possibilities to how things may turn out, but Labour's policy remains that we accept and respect the outcome of the referendum, and if Labour were in government now, we would be negotiating a Brexit deal with the EU which meets the 6 tests that Keir Starmer's set out of a customs union with the European Union, equivalent benefits to the single market, and at the end of the day protecting workers' rights, environmental protections and consumer protections and the rest of it.
Someone needs to tell your Brexit secretary that, because he put the option to Remain could be on a ballot in a second poll. So he's seeing that Remain is actually now a contender again, Mr. Bergen.
Well, there are plenty of... I mean, who knows where history is going to go?
Well, hopefully your Brexit secretary might have an idea of where we're going with this.
But the Labour Party isn't calling for a second referendum. Labour has our own vision of Brexit, respecting and accepting the outcome of the referendum.
But not if the option to Remain, respectfully, Mr. Bergen. I appreciate you're not, and I'm grateful for you taking these questions, because it's a very wide range of questions I'm giving you. But if your Brexit secretary, the Labour Brexit secretary, says there is an option to Remain could be on the ballot in a second poll, clearly he's not respecting the result of the referendum, is he?
Well, first of all, Theresa May's got to come back to Parliament.
Yeah, let's answer about Sir Keir, though. He's not respecting it, is he?
What he's saying is that, of course, there are many possibilities in a hypothetical situation, but it's so hypothetical that, you know, a second referendum isn't due to happen. Theresa May hasn't even brought a deal back to Parliament.
I hear you, but I hear that, but you're not you personally, but the Labour Party clearly isn't respecting the result, because its Brexit secretary, the party's Brexit secretary, wants a Remain option, or could say there's a Remain option.
He didn't say he wants a Remain option.
He said could be.
He said that all possibilities are still on the table, all options are still on the table.
He's gone rogue.
Labour's policy is very clear. Labour represents both Remain, constituencies that voted Remain and constituencies that voted Leave. Labour accepts and respects the outcome of the referendum and are fighting for a Brexit deal that meets the 6 tests set out by Keir Starmer. That's what the government should do. If they did it, we'd support that in Parliament. If they come back with a deal that doesn't meet those tests, we'll vote against it in Parliament. If we were in government now, Labour would be negotiating a Brexit deal, and I think we'd do a better job of it than Theresa May, which meets those 6 tests that Keir Starmer's set out. We wouldn't be in the situation, the disastrous situation that Theresa May is in, where she's actually succeeding in uniting Remainers and Leavers only in this, in most of them thinking she's doing a bad job at it.
Yes, lastly, of course, one of your colleagues, Barry Gardiner, says Labour's position is a B word as regards Brexit.
A B word, brilliant, is that what he means?
Well done, Richard. No, you know I can't say the word. It's anything but brilliant. Has that been assessed now? Do you think that's been addressed over the last 3 or 4 days?
I think there's a great difference between the Conservative Party and the Labour Party on this. Labour Party members are united on this issue. Conservative MPs and even Conservative cabinet members are at each other's throats on this, unfortunately.